Hello and welcome back to Gotham Sound's coverage of NAB 2026. I'm here with Ben Escobedo, and we will get to Amanda Biggs in just a second, but we got two carts. We're going to check them out. If you have questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. We will get to them. Ben, let's start with your prototype cart. Amanda, we'll see you in a second. Okay? All right, great.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. We're here at NAB, of course, and Gene from audio department was very nice to loan us his rig here, and we'll go through it quickly and kind of see all the toys that we have. Starting with the bag rig, we have a pair of ADX5Ds going into the recorder here. So pretty straightforward, but 4 channels of Axient Digital wireless, battery-powered, show-link, ready to go. Moving down into the actual cartland, we have the Axient Digital ADTD, so the 2-channel ADPSM transmit, so you could use it for IFBs or stereo IEMs. And then we also have the ANX4, which is our new Axient Digital / ULXD multi-channel receiver. This can be expanded up to 16 channels of Axient Digital or 24 channels of ULXD. Right now, we have it on this card up to 8 channels of Axient standard. Then the AD600 Spectrum Manager, if you're not familiar with this is kind of the brains of the rack as far as frequency management goes. So if you get into trouble and you want to do an automatic frequency push, this is the device that keeps your backup frequencies in check and make sure they're good. And if you get into trouble, it'll give you a fresh, clean frequency swapped out with a bad one on the Axient Digital. And then the rest of the cart, we're very happy here. We see the Aton, which we'll also see as well, Aton Kantar X3 and the Kantar S control surface here. Pretty straightforward, but obviously we've done a ton of very large projects, and it's kind of cool to see, keeping it alive. So
Yeah, and not to go too far for the cart, but you can definitely see that Gene's put in, that's the Zeus DIT, which I don't think we've seen live in person yet. So
is that a newer product?
That's a newer product, yeah, that takes 10 smart batteries and turns it into, hey, Gene, we're repping you, buddy.
Yeah.
You can't see, but Gene just walked off camera and bumped into me. But yeah, so this is the PSC DIT. Notice the 2 full-size AC outlets. So that's pretty cool. Those just started shipping at the end of last year. But let's go back to the Shure stuff real quick. So the thing that stands out to me is that in 3 rack units, you've got a spectrum analyzer, you've got 16 channels of receive, and then you've got 8 channels of IEM, IFB, whatever you want.
Yeah, this is a dual. We also offer a quad version. So when I say dual, there's 2 stereo channels or 4 mono out of the box, but you can upgrade that to 8 channels of stereo or 16 mono out of the box. So pretty cool.
So if you're doing a cart rig, in 3 rack units, all of a sudden you've got all of your transmit, all of your receive, and even a brain.
It's a crazy world. I mean, you can put 16 channels, and if this was a quad, 16 channels of stereo ears, and the manager, like in the overhead compartment. Like that's a reality today. Of course, we didn't really mention it, but there's DC options for all of this. So of course you can power it off your DC power source in location world. Yeah.
And and so I noticed, and this is something just to point out for people at home that we really like to do, but in terms of band planning, you've got your ADTs in the 900 band.
Yeah, you might have noticed it. We have the 900 megahertz antenna. I asked the same question. I'm like, what's up with the little short antenna? So band planning is a breeze in this scenario because we are in the 941 through 960 range here, and then this is your traditional G57 470 to 608 type of deal. So.
Super cool. Super duper cool. All right, Ben, let me see. Great. All right, we're going to move on.
Yes.
We're going to see the other cart, but Ben, it's always great to see you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
As well.
All right, and let's go see Amanda's cart. So this is a real working sound cart. So maybe tell me what's the favorite project or project you're most proud of that you've done with this guy.
I mean, I just wrapped a new television series. We wrapped in March. I'm really proud of that one. So it's called The Shards.
Okay.
It's a new Ryan Murphy show that hopefully be out later this year. And so that one was. This was the cart that was there. In fact, 2 of our crew members were walking around, and they literally were like, "Oh, we recognized your cart, like from the show." So it's pretty funny. But yeah, so very was proud of that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So walk us through what you've got going here. It's It's beautiful. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
tell
Thank
us
you.
what
Yeah,
you got
so
going
I
on.
mean, starting at the top, so obviously switched over to using Shure Axient, but the newest piece that I've just added was the ANX4. That one I started using with this past show, and 6 months worked flawlessly. And then as well as to supplement just for additional channels, I kept 284Qs, and then the Spectrum Manager, which is obviously an incredible piece of machinery, especially when we're dealing with. In Los Angeles, where I live and work, we can get very congested RF areas, and even just dealing with the RF that happens on set with camera and lighting, wireless. So the Spectrum Manager is a huge help for that. And then I am a Kantar user. They are not dead. They are not gone. We're still using them. So I have my X3 and my Kantar S. Which I will continue to use for as long as humanly possible.
Well, I mean, heck, if you keep them on the cart, they'll probably live longer than you.
Exactly. I do have there's a backup that lives on the truck just in case. So yeah.
And then things to point out that we talked about before. So you're using Comtech for IFB. But then I see you got a couple plug-ons up there.
Yeah, so the Comtech is what I use to send to essentially Video Village, right? So director, script supervisor, producers, etc. That's what the Comtechs are for. Yep. And then I use the SLX series by Shure for my IFB for my team. So my boom operator utility, if we have music playback, any of that, we use the SLX. So the plug-on transmitters are obviously up there. I've got... we also, I mean, they're great, not that we really use them as camera hops, but we use them as a hop if we go to the Bolero cart, if we need to send into the headsets for the camera department, we'll give them one of these SLX D5s and plug that right into the system, which is great because it eliminates needing to hand out Comtechs to the entire camera department, which is great. But switched to those relatively recently, been really happy with them, with the range and the quality, so... Yeah, it's been a good switch. Yeah. And
so you're running USB and audio into those.
Yeah. So audio. So XLR is the audio feed, and then what's great is that they can be powered off of USB-C. So I don't need to worry about a battery eliminator or batteries inside of them. Same thing when we use one of these on the Bolero cart, we just power it off of USB-C, so we don't have to worry about batteries. Sometimes a video assist. If our video assist operator is parked way too far away from me and I can't run a hard line for him, he'll get one of these. And same thing, we can just power it off of USB so it works all day.
And then the other just things that I'm pointing out that I haven't seen before. So what is this one feeding?
So the Shure antenna goes to, I have Electro IFB transmitter as well. It's interesting how, you think you have enough gear and then sometimes the show will just throw you for a loop and I need to create a dedicated separate feed that needs to be separate from the Comtech or separate from what my guys are listening to. So it's just an additional option to have.
And is that up in 940? Is that why you're using
No, that's the 470, it is the full spectrum, but my IFB is Electro Block 21.
Okay, got it. Block 21. Yeah. And then the other cool thing that I haven't seen, and I don't know why I've never thought of this, but you've got the Mini-Mite, but you're using the rubber duck antenna.
Yes,
and how does that perform compared to the normal?
I have not seen any change in performance in switching off of the long silver, everyone's favorite part. There was a mixer in Atlanta, Michael Wynn, who I saw, he'd posted a photo and I saw that antenna on there and I immediately texted him and I was like, Michael, does this work? Can you do this? And he was like, I haven't noticed any change in performance. So
that's a game changer.
I mean,
just because it's for pure wobbliness.
You forget about it when you go through a doorway or under a tree. So I've bent it more times, than I like to say.
That is very cool.
Yep.
All right, well, we do have a comment. It's a compliment.
Great.
It says, hey, Amanda, or heck yeah, Amanda, nice card. And that's from J Mendel 8. I don't know the actual name.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm proud of it. I mean, look, every sound mixer likes to work a different way. The form factor should fit with the types of shows that you do. For the types of shows and the work that I do, long form narrative. Also, I've traveled a lot. This is a really great form factor for traveling. The fact that it's in a road case. I've got 12-inch tires for a reason. We got a lot of bumpy terrain sometimes to go over. So every design element came from just being out in the field and working and knowing what works for me. And so for me, this works, but obviously there's so many options when it comes to
there's
sound
no,
cards.
I always tell people there's no right way to do it.
You got to do what works for you. I mean, even too, this is the second version of the case that I had built, a company called Encore Cases that's in Los Angeles. And I came to them and I said I wanted all four sides to come off. And they were a little nervous about the structural integrity, but luckily we worked together and we came up with this plan. And so now when I need to access anything like cable runs, I have very easy access.
Oh, nice.
So now it makes it a lot easier to get in. And
it makes it look cleaner by having the I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
like so much of this is digital now that you're
Sure.
not
Yeah,
going
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
rat's nest that used to be there.
Switching to Dante got rid of a lot of weight on this cart for sure. Yeah.
How much
yeah,
does
yeah.
it weigh?
You're the second person to ask today. I need to take it to a truck stop so I can actually weigh it. I mean, several hundred pounds for sure. I'm in the process. I'm going to motorize it.
Okay.
Working with a company called Make Your Cart Go, and we've just ordered the wheels because they only do 10-inch tires, so we had to do a special order for my 12-inch, but I'm
Okay.
working on motorizing it. So, as much as I appreciate a good legs day pushing it up a hill, it's nice to take
have a little
break.
boost
yeah,
for
a little
sure.
Boost. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I guess my last question,
Yeah.
for when you're using the AD600, are you using that to scan and then program with wireless workbench, or are you are you doing the automated frequency hopping, or how do
I'm
you
having
do
it do the scan, so whether I do the scan through the 8600 or through wireless workbench, the unit that's doing the scan itself is the 8600
Right,
rather than going through the receivers.
Sure.
It depends on what's nice about it is I can do a scan and deploy and just use this if I really want to finesse, if we're in a really messy situation, or if I really want to lock out certain TV stations, then wireless workbench is kind of the best option. They're both sort of interchangeable as far as which one I'll use. First thing in the morning, if we got to get going really quickly, I might just do a quick scan and deploy off of this. If I have the time to set up wireless workbench, we go that route. It just depends, but they work in tandem essentially with each other. And so, but actually, it's funny because everyone loves to talk about the automatic frequency changing. I'm actually set up to manual right now. Not that I've ever had an issue, but if there is an issue, I'd like to pick and choose the time in which we do change that frequency. Not that there's ever been an issue with like a dropout happening in the middle of a take, but I switched myself over to manual just because it works better for my sort of workflow and processes.
That makes
okay,
sense.
you notice interference? We're in between. Okay, cool, switch the frequency.
Do it now, yeah.
So,
Not
do it
not
now.
in the middle of a take.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. But so the automatic is great, but this even just the fact that it finds interference, tells you about the interference, you can immediately switch right away. It's pulling backup frequencies from the 8600. I mean, it's such a seamless, flawless system. I've been very, very happy with the products. Yeah.
Super cool. And the other thing I noticed, which we mentioned, is that you have a variety of transmitters.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah.
So,
depending on the outfit and or the use case scenario, sometimes we don't necessarily always use transmitters for putting on body mics. They can be used to transmit from car to car, scenarios like from a bag back to my rig. So obviously you have the ADX ones, which, better battery life, obviously a little bit bigger, so maybe harder to hide, but external antenna, so better range.
Yep.
The ADX ones definitely go out the most frequently. I keep them at 20 milliwatts, which is the higher power setting, and I think that covers the fact that it doesn't have an external antenna. I've had really good results with the range on them as well. And then I have Q5X. I've got the player mics. This is their new Incognito. And these are fantastic when you have outfits that are just really hard to hide a mic pack.
So we're talking about these, and you have the Limo connector.
I went with the same connector that the others are the 3-pin
Makes
rather
sense.
than the 1-pin, so that way all of my mics work interchangeably between all of them.
Perfect.
So,
Well, we'll see Q5X
This one's
tomorrow.
new, yeah. They were just letting me sort of play around with it today.
Oh.
So yeah, but I mean, I have this is the smaller size player mic. I have the larger ones as well, and I mean they are invaluable because when you have usually like a woman or in a very tight dress or just like where you're going to see any sort of bump or whatever. I mean, the player mics usually. I haven't found an outfit yet that we haven't been able to put a player mic on. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, look, all nice compliments on on the YouTubes or wherever people are watching. But side panel
The
access,
internet.
woohoo! I like the manual way as well. And then they were curious about the having multiple plug-ons. What you're doing the feeds for. It just sounds like you've got options.
Yeah, so it's essentially one of them is essentially a duplicate of the Comtech. So I've actually just split because there's 8 line outs out of the X3. Not that I've ever run out of them, but just to save, I do just a Y cable out. What feeds my Comtech base station also feeds that one plug-on. So I can either give an SLX or a Comtech. They're in the same exact mix essentially, which is obviously doesn't have the talkback for my crew, doesn't have my voice on it. So it's just mix only. And then I have the private line that my team listens to. And then the third one is an additional that I keep for like really quick, like usually music playback. And so I have, like a set ready to go that just has Velcro on the side. If we got to quickly run a speaker out, throw out some quick, whether it's, mood music or something we need for a scene, it's just an additional transmitter that also allows me to send a dedicated, custom mix to it. Usually ends up being used for playback.
Super cool.
Yep.
All right, rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for, obviously, Shure is very grateful you brought this card.
I mean, it was good timing in between, shows, and so happy happy to be here because, like I said, I'm very happy with the product, and their service and attention to detail has been just amazing. And so I'm happy to be out here and singing their praises.
Oh,
So,
good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk
sure.
to us.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, everybody who's watching at home, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more of Gotham Sound's coverage from NAB 2026. We'll see you soon.